OSRC News at 7. Ayedatiwa commissions 7-kilometer road, reaffirms commitments to infrastructure drive. Ondo State government provides relief to address water scarcity for communities in northern Senatorial districts. INEC fixes dates for Ekiti Osun governorship election. And from the foreign scene, leaders, country reps meet to address pollution, threats of climate change.
Good evening and thank you very much for joining us tonight on the news at 7. My name is Oyewumi Ayenigbara. Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa has reaffirmed his administration's dedication to impactful governance. The governor spoke while commissioning the newly rehabilitated Bangba-Logun access road in Akure. Our Government House correspondent Zimo Ebieme reports that the project is one of the landmark achievements recorded within Ayedatiwa's first 100 days in office. We'll bring you the reports in the course of the bulletin. Residents of communities in North Senatorial District of Ondo State are beginning to enjoy improved access to clean and safe drinking water. The solar-powered borehole project initiated by the state governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, a part of the projects built to be inaugurated to mark the governor's 100 days in office. Our correspondent Adewumi Taiwo reports.
Taking decisive action to end years of unstable electricity supply that has left many communities in darkness. During a meeting with the Benin Electricity Distribution Company, PLC, Special Advisor to the Ondo State Governor on Power, Johnson Alabi, voiced frustration over the erratic power supply, emphasizing that the government can no longer stand by as residents suffer.
You will all note that the power situation in Ondo State has not been at its best. And we have engaged them in various fora. And looks to me like up till today, the improvement is not as fast as the state government would want it to be. We have viewed it different ways. We found out that it looks like the company lacks capacity financially, and that has led to the constraints they are having. So based on that, the state government of Ondo is prepared to take over.
We sincerely apologize for that mix-up. And now residents of communities in North Senatorial District of Ondo State are beginning to enjoy improved access to clean and safe drinking water. The solar-powered borehole project initiated by the state governor Lucky Ayedatiwa are part of projects built to be inaugurated to mark the governor's 100 days in office. Our correspondent Adewumi Taiwo reports. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has scheduled the governorship election in Ekiti and Osun State for June 20 and August 8, 2026. The commission also inaugurated 6 resident electoral commissions (RECs), including 2 new appointees. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu said, in line with the requirement of the law, the commission is under legal obligation to publish the notices for major elections not later than 360 days before the dates fixed for the election. INEC explained that for Ekiti State election will hold on Saturday, June 20, 2026. However, party primaries will start on October 20, 2025 and end on November 10, 2025, while campaign in public by political parties will commence on January 21, 2026 and end 24 hours before election day. In the case of Osun State, the election will hold on Saturday, August 8, 2026. He added that party primaries will start on November 24, 2025 and end on December 15, 2025, while campaign in public by political parties will commence on March 11, 2026 and end 24 hours before election day. The last governorship election in the two states were held in June and July 2022. The 4-year tenure of the governors will end next year. And now we bring you the full reports on the water inspection. And we told you that the solar-powered borehole projects initiated by the state governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, are part of projects built to be inaugurated to mark the governor's 100 days in office. Now we bring you the reports by Adewumi Taiwo.
The water projects aim to alleviate the long-standing water scarcity in rural communities such as Oba Akoko, Iworin Akoko, Iyani Akoko, and Oke-Ogun in Owo. With collaborative efforts from the Ondo State Water Corporation and the Rural Water Supply and Sanitation Agency, the initiative has reached advanced stages in Akoko North and Akoko Southwest local government areas. An engineer with Ruasa, Mr. Kende Isaac, confirmed the completion of the borehole in Iyani Akoko, adding that the facility is already functional with a community maintenance team in place to ensure sustainability.
You can see the borehole is not ordinary borehole. It's powered by solar power. And yes, after we have done we executed the project, the water was flowing very well. I think the water is functioning. This type of project, this solar energy, it can serve almost like 1,500 people, residents per day. Yes. But, just look at the environment very well. As in the population, I think they were not up to 500, but it will serve them very well.
An engineer with the Ondo State Water Corporation, Sheson Ojo, said the project's core objective is to ease the burden of accessing potable water, especially in Iworin Akoko. It described the initiative as timely and warmly received by the residents.
Our intention is to overcome the problem facing the water scheme in the area of power challenges. So with this now, it's sustainable, because it's using solar, so no more power shortage, so it can easily be maintained.
In Oba Akoko, the regent Adegoroye Aderonke Fatima expressed deep gratitude to the state government, recalling the many years of water scarcity that plagued the community. She described the new borehole as a major turning point in their daily lives. The communication officer of the state's project implementation unit, Mr. Olukoju Clement, noted that the borehole scheme is one of the standout achievements being celebrated during Governor Aiyedatiwa's first 100 days in office.
As part of the 100 days in office of our governor, Orimisan Aiyedatiwa, this is one of the projects that we are celebrating today. We believe that the people of Iyani will also appreciate Mr. Governor for at least putting them in mind for this laudable project.
As the solar-powered boreholes begin to serve their purpose, residents across the benefiting communities continue to commend government intervention, hopeful that the initiative will significantly boost public health and improve overall well-being. Adewumi Taiwo, OSRC News.
And Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has reaffirmed his administration's dedication to impactful governance. The governor spoke while commissioning the newly rehabilitated Bangbalogun Access Road in Akure. Government House correspondent Zimo Ebiem reports that the project is one of the landmark achievements recorded within Aiyedatiwa's first 100 days in office. His report is presented from our studios.
Once notorious for deep potholes, structural failures and constant flooding, the Gbangba-Logun Axis Road had long posed serious challenges to residents and commuters alike. Its deplorable condition disrupted daily movement, damaged vehicles, and stifled local businesses. Recognizing its strategic significance, the Ayedatiwa-led administration embarked on a comprehensive rehabilitation of the road. Its successful completion and official commissioning now mark a major turnaround in the area's infrastructure.
For the glory of God Almighty and for the use of humanity, I commission this road, a major artery here in Gbangba-Logun Axis, connecting so many other roads here in Akure South Local Government within the 100 days of our impactful governance. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
The commissioning ceremony drew the presence of government officials, traditional rulers, community leaders, and political stakeholders. Governor Ayedatiwa stated that the road project stands as a testament to his government's commitment to sustainable infrastructure, economic development, and improved urban mobility.
This project is a direct manifestation of our administration developmental policy trust, prioritizing the development of infrastructure that directly enhances public welfare and amplifies economic efficiency. By providing a structurally superior and adequately trained road, we directly facilitate smoother logistics for commerce, substantially reduce vehicular maintenance costs for our hardworking commuters.
He emphasized the broader strategic importance of the road within the ongoing expansion of the Akure-Idanre corridor, noting that the Gbangba-Logun intervention was deliberately timed to ease traffic congestion as clearing operations continue along the main arterial routes.
This road will also significantly improve access to key business districts and residential areas within Akure, particularly for the residents of the road and those connecting to Idanre axis.
The special advisor to the governor on infrastructure, lands and housing, Abiola Olawe, explained that the Gbangba-Logun Road connects multiple routes in the state, underlining its relevance to the overall urban planning and transport network.
This project stands as another testament of your unwavering resolve to reduce the infrastructural deficit in the state for our east agenda. This road we are commissioning today, sir, the total length is about 7 kilometers.
The DG of Akure, Oba Aladetoyinbo Aladelusi, along with other notable sons of the state capital, expressed gratitude to Governor Ayedatiwa for delivering the much anticipated development to their community.
Ayedatiwa it says Akure as its own. Within 100 days, we have attained so many projects within Akure town.
These are wonderful roads being constructed by His Excellency for this short period of time, 100 days of Mr. Governor in his office. We are elated, we are happy, and we thank him for this.
Ayedatiwa has indeed raised us from a place that looks like a crude city now to indeed a state capital that works with his own colleague across the nation.
As Governor Ayedatiwa continues to mark his first 100 days in office, projects like the Gbangba-Logun Axis Road not only reflect his administration's focus on practical governance, but also signal a new phase of infrastructure renewal across Ondo State.
Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, says The federal government will be reaching out to the poorest and vulnerable Nigerians with payments to help cushion the high cost of living. The minister, during an interview, maintained that such laudable steps by the Tinubu's administration are one of many safety measures put in place to lift the population out of poverty. He added that the economy is growing at a faster rate than population growth, and each beneficiary will be democratically identified through their NIN, after which the money is paid into their bank account and mobile wallet. It said the target of the government is not the 3.8% growth that the country achieved in the last quarter of 2024, or even the 3.4%, which was the overall average for the year. He added that the target is to move to around 7% per annum, and that figure is 2 times population growth. You're still watching OSRC News at 7 after the break. Leaders, country reps meet to address pollution, threats to climate change. Please do join us for this and more. Thank you very much for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng, or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. In strides to end Ondo State's long-standing power woes, the state's government has unveiled plans to assume control of electricity distribution from the Benin Electricity Distribution Company, BEDC. The announcement came during a high-level meeting in Akure, where government officials and BEDC management convened to discuss the transition. With a $5 million investment poised to boost infrastructure and reliability, aims to deliver stable, uninterrupted electricity to its residents, signaling a new dawn for power supply in the state. Our reporter, Abidemi Akinrotoi, reports.
Ondo State is taking decisive action to end years of unstable electricity supply that has left many communities in darkness. During a meeting with the Benin Electricity Distribution Company, PLC, Special Advisor to the Ondo State Governor on Power, Johnson Alabi, voiced frustration over the erratic power supply, emphasizing that the government can no longer stand by as residents suffer.
You will all note that the power situation in Ondo State has not been at its best. And we have engaged them in various fora. And looks to me like up till today, the improvement is not as fast as the state government would want it to be. We have viewed it different ways. We found out that it looks like the company lacks capacity financially, and that has led to the constraints they are having. So based on that, the state government of Ondo is prepared to take over the distribution of networks in Ondo.
The government unveiled plans to invest over $5 million to upgrade power distribution infrastructure and improve service delivery.
Ondo State government is committed to giving its people power. And not only that, we have money ready to invest into the distribution, because on the table that I see it, every day people come in with requests of transformer, requests for cable. The situation where our people are contributing money for transformers, contributing money for pole, contributing money for electric cables is no longer acceptable in Ondo State.
BEDC's Chief Commercial Officer, Akin Ogunleye, acknowledged the company's challenges and welcomed the partnership.
We
we actually recognize the fact that there are some areas within the state that are underserved or that are not even served at all. But it's not out of place for us to have investors coming in to manage electricity supply in those areas for the betterment of the entire population of Ondo State. There's nothing bad in franchising an element because every party involved will sit down together, will look at the do's and the don'ts, and then look at the mutual beneficial areas of the agreement. Then we'll move forward.
A joint committee will soon be established to oversee the transition process with a final report due by June 30, 2025. This initiative signals a bold step towards energy independence as the government reaffirms its commitment to ensuring reliable and affordable electricity for all in Ondo State. Abidemi Akinrotoye, OSRC News.
And now, after over a century since they descended from their ancient abode atop the iconic Okeidori, the people of Idori are now rebuilding the relics of the homes where their ancestors lived for thousands of years. These efforts are taking place even as most now reside in modern settlements like Odode, Alade, and Atoshi. In this now, is this a symbolic reconstruction like the rebuilding of the biblical walls of Jerusalem, or are these preparations for the vibrant annual Orosun festival? Whatever the motivation, one thing is clear. Indigents of this historic town are taking it upon themselves to revive and preserve one of Nigeria's most breathtaking tourist attractions long neglected by the state. To our viewers, if you have never been to Idori Hills or it's been a while since your last visit, don't miss our special report this Sunday on OSRC Social and Community News, where we'll take you through our cruise fact-finding journey to the heart of Okeidori. The May edition of monthly environmental sanction exercise will hold across Ondo State tomorrow. A statement by the General Manager, Ondo State Waste Management Authority, Mr. Adefolaju Omowole, said the exercise will hold with restrictions of human and vehicular movement within the hour of 7 and 10 in the morning. He said anyone caught violating environmental law would face the wrath of the law, while urging residents of the state to use the period to clean their surroundings. Mr. Omowole assured of Governor Aiyedatiwa's commitment to a better, cleaner, and hygienic environment. A devastating flood has reportedly hit Mokwa community in Niger State, sweeping away scores of residents and submerging over 50 houses in what locals have described as the worst flooding incident in recent memory. Eyewitnesses say the floodwaters surged through residential areas following hours of intense rainfall, catching many residents unaware in the middle of the night. Families were reportedly separated, while homes and properties were swept away by the raging waters. Reports say at least 50 homes have been submerged, displacing hundreds of families who are now seeking shelter in nearby schools, mosques, and public buildings. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Governors Forum has extended its condolences to the government and people of Niger State following the devastating flood that claimed numerous lives and destroyed property in Mokwa local government area. At least 21 people reportedly lost their lives, and property worth millions of naira was destroyed in the flood. In a statement and by NGF Chairman Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak of Kwara State, the forum expressed shock over the scale of destruction caused by the flood. The governors pray God to console families who have lost loved ones and properties in the Mokwa incident, while urging citizens to support the government's efforts to mitigate the impact of climate change and to cooperate with agencies working to assist those in urgent need at this time. The federal government has reiterated its commitment to empowering Nigerian youth and promoting human rights and social inclusion as key drivers of national development. Speaking at the launch of the Good Governance Advocacy Program tagged Voice Hearing Tactic in Abuja, the Director General of the National Orientation Agency, Lanre Issa Onilu, emphasized the vital role of young people in shaping Nigeria's future. Issa Onilu, while highlighting the importance of social inclusion, described youth as the powerhouse of the nation, noting that everyone, regardless of background or identity, must have equal access to opportunities. He urged young people to engage policymakers, participate in development projects, and drive positive change from their communities. The 2025 Greater Caribbean Summit is underway in Colombia, commemorating the 30th anniversary of the Association of Caribbean States, ACS. Leaders and representatives from 25 nations have convened to advance regional integration, tackle the growing threats of climate change, and push for sustainable development across the Caribbean basin. Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi reports.
On the island of Tiarabumba, the fight against plastic pollution is also a fight for the future of its children. For 15 years, the Amigos Del Mar Foundation has worked to tackle two of the island's biggest problems: mounting rubbish and school dropout rates. Through a simple idea, soft lesson in exchange for collecting plastic and staying in school.
Well, it still is very difficult to teach the people that rubbish is a problem. Somehow, and I could agree with them, is that there's other problems like water, like schools, like insecurity, and a lot of other things that is really like a big issue in Tiarabumba. But I guess when they see that trash has like a money value, so they could buy with the trash, or they could change stuff using the trash, then they start to understand that, okay, there's a value on the trash, there's a value on the plastic.
Over the years, the foundation has collected tons of plastic, which locals can trade for goods. The scatters says are reproduced into bed bags by local seamstresses, creating income for single mothers without having to leave the island. Even bottle caps are transformed into fins for the softboards the kids ride. Despite the challenges, some of the kids have gone on to compete and win in national surf competitions. 13-year-old Ladelis Torres, now back in school, hopes to be next.
I feel happy when I surf because I connect with the sea and so many other things. It's fun. Ever since I joined Amigos Del Mar, I feel pride. I want to learn new things, and I have the feeling and the hope that God will help me move my family forward and that I'll become someone great in life.
Pedra is supported by national and international volunteers, but says more help is needed to expand creative recycling and boost environmental education for both local and tourists.
People often mistake a lack of education for a lack of opportunity. We need to give Tiarabumba a chance to learn and make tourism here truly sustainable.
From rubbish to resilience, on Tierra's Bomba, catching a wave is also about catching a chance at a better life. Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi, OSRC News.
And with our reports, we conclude the news tonight. But before we go, a quick look at the top stories. We told you that Governor Aiyedatiwa has reaffirmed his administration's dedication to impactful governance as he embarked on massive projects commissioning to mark his 100 days in office. We also told you that the Independent National Electoral Commission has scheduled the governorship election in Ekiti and Osun State for June 20 and August 8, 2026. And finally, from outside Nigeria, we told you that country leaders are charting the way forward in tackling climate change threats in the Caribbean. And that's the news tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Good evening.